Hello everyone. This short video is an introduction to the electronics course that we are going to be doing this trimester. So this is physics course number 211. It's a 2 credit course, so it will go on for around 6 weeks. We'll stop around the time of the midterm. Most of the details that you need about this course are already on the Canvas page. You can look them up over there. I just thought I'll walk you through some of these details and maybe also talk about a few other things. So there are no prerequisites for this course, of course, because this is the first time that you're taking physics courses. As far as the lectures are concerned, every week we'll have 2 asynchronous lectures, which means I'll pre-record videos exactly like what I'm doing right now. And I'll upload them. You can take a look at these lectures. I thought it would be a good idea to have them as pre-recorded videos because sometimes maybe you have poor connection, not enough data, maybe it's noisy at home, etc., etc. So in this way, you have access to the videos. You can look at them whenever you want as per your convenience. And then once a week, we'll do a tutorial session, which will be around 1 hour. And this is going to be on Fridays from around 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon. The idea is that in this tutorial, we'll discuss various things. This is your opportunity to be quote unquote face to face with me. So if you have any questions, you can ask me then. We will solve a bunch of problems. We'll calculate things together in this tutorial session. And we'll also have some online simulations because this is an electronics course. Ideally, you would be also doing lab experiments. Now, since that's not possible over a distance, we'll be doing these online simulations to try and understand some features of electronics. And then, of course, once you come back and you're physically over here at the university, we'll organize a few lab sessions so that you get a feel for doing hands-on electronics. In addition, I have also scheduled a 1.5 hour slot for general discussions. If you have any questions, doubts, you want to come and talk to me, you can meet me during the office hours. The timings for those are also specified on the Canvas page. I'll give a Zoom link which we will use for those office hours. So not this week because this week we haven't really done anything yet. But next week onwards, every Monday, you can meet me for office hours. My contact details are available as well. You can always contact me by email if you have any questions. That's fine too. I've also enabled discussion boards in Canvas, so you can you can send me your questions. You can also use that forum to discuss amongst yourselves, because one of the best ways of learning is to just discuss with your peers. As far as the course literature is concerned, I have listed 4 books in the on the Canvas page. If you have access to those books somehow, that's great. I'm guessing most of you don't have access to those books. I'll try and figure out what I can do about that. I'll send you more details by email about that later. As far as grading is concerned, because I'm sure a lot of you are very concerned about how I'll be grading. So out of a total 100% of all the points that are assigned for this course, 25% will come from the final exam, 40% will come from assignments, 10% will come from your participation during the tutorials. I'll see how active you are, whether you answer questions, whether you are willingly coming forward and giving answers, etc., etc. During the tutorials, there'll also be a short quiz, just 3 questions, 3 multiple choice questions, just to make sure that you've read the material before you came for the tutorial. So that will give you 15% of the points. And then towards the latter part of this course, I'll give you a short self-study project. So that will fetch you the remaining 10 points. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? Let's see. Right, so if you have questions, doubts, there are multiple ways you can get to me. One is by email. One is you can ask me during the office hours on Mondays. You can discuss them on the discussion forum, either amongst yourselves or with me. And of course, during the tutorials also, I'm open to answering your questions at that time. The way I will do these pre-recorded lectures is that I'll also stream the output, the screen from my tablet on which I'll be writing. So it will be like a blackboard. Uh, I don't make proper notes. I just have a few scribbled things that I write down in my book before giving the lecture. So I don't have any actual notes that I can share with you. So I would recommend that when you're listening to these lectures, when you're watching these videos, I would recommend that you actually take notes of your own. Uh, Partially because then you'll have all the material with you in one place, and also partially because I believe that writing things down helps you to retain them better in your mind. So it might be better for you if you take down the notes. But of course, each person has a different style of learning. So if there's something else that works for you, that's fine too. One thing that I want to specify over here is that, first of all, this is a short course, it's only 2 credits. Secondly, because it's all happening online, we are trying not to give you too much screen time because typically people get screen fatigue. You're in front of Zoom all day long, you're in front of a computer screen all day long. We don't want to tire you out. So the number of actual lectures, the hours assigned to actual teaching lectures isn't that much. It's a pretty short course. So obviously, I cannot cover all of electronics for you during these hours. So the idea is that during these video lectures, I will cover most of the basics and I'll give you all the tools that you require. However, you will definitely have to supplement this with additional reading from the literature that I have mentioned on the Canvas page. And of course, there are also lots of online fora, lots of websites where you can find more material. So I would strongly urge you to not depend purely on these lectures, but to also look at other material if you actually want to learn electronics properly. Of course, when we were designing these courses, one of the main aims that we had in mind was that by the time you finish each course, you should know enough in order to answer various entrance exams that you might write once you finish your bachelor's. So that we will make sure of. We are not going to compromise on the fact that there is a certain body of work that you need to do, and we will do all of that during the lectures. But if you actually want a deeper understanding and if you want to get a good grade, it will definitely require you to look at other sources beyond just the lecture material. So I think that's all that I wanted to say today. I also wanted to introduce myself to you in terms of who I am, what I have done, and what I do for my research. But I also want to meet you. I have never met all of you students before. So I was thinking maybe during the first tutorial session that we have this Friday, we'll spend the first around 10-15 minutes introducing ourselves. I'll talk a bit about myself, and then maybe you can tell me a bit about you. And then we'll do the actual tutorial. So we have a 1.5 hour slot over there, of which plan is to do tutorials for roughly 1 hour. And maybe, but before we start that 1 hour, maybe 15 minutes we can have a short introduction session. So that's all that I wanted to say today. I think. Yeah, so please go through the Canvas page. It will constantly be updated with instructions, with assignment problems, etc. All kinds of announcements will be over there. So make sure you set your notification settings to make sure that whenever there is some change that I make, you get notified of it. Yeah, I think that's it for now, and I hope you enjoy this course.